Alright, welcome back to Blue Alpine Freeze Dryer channel. Today I had the pulled pork and some beef, stew beef that I freeze dried. I had a power outage, so I came down to reset the freeze dryer and I thought, while I'm here, I'll go ahead and check it. It had only been, I think, 22 hours. I originally set it for 37 hours. And at 22 hours it was fully freeze dried, so I went ahead and decided to pull it out. So even though I had over I can't remember exactly how many pounds of weight, it was like 4 pounds of food, 5,400 grams total of just pulled pork in here, so it was quite heavy, but it's still fully freeze dried. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the results, and then I'm going to package it up. Okay, so here's the freeze dried pulled pork. Just kind of give you an idea of, I've kind of, you can just kind of see it crumbling here. It's really lightweight. There's no coldness to it at all. It's just nice and crumbly, nice and dry. So the beef that I started with had some beef chunks that we just cut up to make some stew beef, and they're all really nice and hard, lightweight, like no weight to them at all. And you kind of, maybe if I can kind of scratch one of these, kind of give you an idea of what it sounds like. It just kind of crumbles. Kind of hear that crumbling there. Anyway, so it does seem to work really well. So I'm going to go ahead and weigh all this. I'm going to weigh all this and put it back, and put it back in the container, in different containers. And I'm going to rehydrate some of this today. I'm going to make some pulled pork to rehydrate it today to see how well it tastes. So let's get that packaged up and we'll go from there. Thank you. I do want to show you kind of the results and show you how the rehydration works. Start off, I ended up quite a bit of pulled pork, so I ended up with like five bags at 2 quart size, 5 of the 1 quart, and 5 little individual serving sizes, which is about 50 grams or about 2 ounces. So I'm going to just show you how easy it was to rehydrate this and how well it worked. So I'm going to start off. I've got 50 grams of pulled pork, so you'll see kind of what that looked like in the other video, but I'm going to measure that out. So that's 50 grams of pulled pork, and then I'm going to, after calculating the amount of water that was removed, it was about 1 to 1, so I'm going to calculate it by weight. So I'm going to put 50 grams of water, and this is pretty hot water, not quite 50 grams there. Okay, so there you go, just over 50 grams of water in there, so it's about 1 to 1, and then all I have to do is mix that in with the pulled pork. So I'm just going to pour this over the dehydrated pork. And one thing I've noticed, when you've got such small amounts, with the pork, it's such a large, chunky meat, the little bit of water, it's hard to get it to distribute throughout the entire meat. So in this case, there's still a few pieces of the dryer meat that didn't get water on there, so I'm just going to stir it up a little bit to try to get some of that moisture from the water to mix into the meat. Might throw it in the microwave to reheat it, just kind of help spread some of that moisture and water back into it. But that's pretty much the consistency it started with. It's nice and wet. It's about 1 to 1. So now I'll just rehydrate this, and this is, like I said, 50 grams is enough to make 2 good sized sandwiches, maybe 3 small kid sandwiches, which is kind of the volume that I'm going for. So I'm just going to kind of pack this together, throw it in the microwave for about a minute, maybe 30 seconds to reheat it, and throw it on some sandwiches. So just to show you how this works. Just trying to make sure that as I'm pushing this I'm not getting any crunch in there, but the water seems to be soaking up really well. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw this in my microwave for 30 seconds and put it on a sandwich. So here's a bun, and I'm just going to go ahead and make a quick sandwich here. Since I use hot water, it's probably not going to take a whole lot of time to reheat this, but 20 seconds, maybe 30 seconds there for quite a bit of meat. So this is just a pretty good sized hamburger bun, so I'm just going to put some of this in there. Nice chunk of pulled pork. So, you know, if I had a smaller bun, I made 2 of these the other day with, you know, where this much meat went in 2 sandwiches with just a slightly smaller bun. But I could probably either do one really thick load with about, I didn't even weigh this to find out how much it weighs altogether after rehydrate. It should be about an ounce, or about, you know, 500 grams. So we're about full weight. Forgot to put on another zero that so I get the full weight here because I zeroed the fuel. Okay, so here we go. See what the weight is. So yeah, 105 grams. So started off with 50 grams of dry. I put in about 55 grams of water, so it's right on. I think the other ball was a little bit heavy, about a gram or 2 heavier than this ball. So it's a little thicker than the meat I would normally put on a sandwich. But so this would usually do 2 sandwiches. In my case, I'm just gonna make one really heavy-duty sandwich with almost 3.5, 4 ounces of meat. So quite a bit of pulled pork on there, and it's still getting hot. So that's the rehydrating of pulled pork. These are 50-gram packets, which will basically same size as this, so it'll make, you know, 2 small sandwiches, 1 big sandwich. And I packed them like that just so if I'm ever just in the mood for a quick sandwich, I don't have to do a whole bunch of pulled pork. And so for me, this is just a really easy way to make a quick meal. You know, these ones are 150 grams, so about 6 small sandwiches, 3 really big ones. This one's 225 grams, so about 8 sandwiches, you know, 5 to 8 sandwiches, another 5 to 8, and then these ones are 400, so it's like a family-size packet, 450, which would be about what, 9 really big sandwiches, maybe 18 small sandwiches, so a small family. Another 400 grams, so 8 to 16 sandwiches there. So works really well. Thank you for coming to my channel, and I appreciate your support. Please like and subscribe. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave some comments, and if you have a request of some kind of food you'd like me to freeze dry, I'd be happy to experiment with it. But thank you again for coming to my channel, and have a nice day.